Here's something interesting you probably don't know. Scientists have actually done brain scans on people who struggle to start tasks. And guess what they found? Their brains weren't being lazy, they were working harder, like significantly harder. So if your brain is actually working overtime when you're struggling to start tasks, what's causing this? Well, it turns out there are 5 very specific, very fixable reasons this happens. And once you know what they are, everything changes. The first reason? Your brain is basically drowning. Our brains can really only hold about 7 pieces of information in working memory at once. But most of us are trying to keep track of way more than that. It's like trying to juggle while someone keeps throwing more balls at you. Eventually, you just freeze up. There's this part of your brain called the anterior cingulate cortex. It's basically your internal alarm system. When you're mentally overloaded, it starts screaming that something's wrong, but it can't tell you what exactly. So you feel anxious and overwhelmed, but you can't pinpoint why. Here's what I learned helps. Get everything out of your head and onto paper. And I mean everything, not just the important stuff, all those random little thoughts too. Buy milk, text Sarah back, look into that weird noise the car is making. Your brain needs permission to stop being a storage unit and start actually thinking. Second reason, your brain needs extremely clear directions. This one's fascinating. When you tell yourself something vague, like, I should get in shape, you're activating what scientists call the default mode network. It's basically your brain's daydreaming mode. Great for general thinking, terrible for actually doing anything. But when you get specific, like, I'm going to walk to the coffee shop on Tuesday at 2 p.m., different parts of your brain light up, areas that are specifically designed to turn thoughts into actions. Why does your brain need this level of detail? Because it's constantly trying to predict how much energy tasks will cost. Your brain uses about 20% of all your daily calories, so it's really picky about wasting energy on unclear objectives. A vague goal like be more organized means your brain has to solve hundreds of little problems. What does organized even mean? Where do I start? How will I know when I'm done? But spend 15 minutes putting books back on the shelf. That's just one simple problem to solve. The third reason, your brain is genuinely terrible at time. We have 2 completely different time systems in our brains. There's now time, which is handled by the older emotional parts of our brain. And there's future time, which is handled by the newer, rational parts. The problem is, the emotional brain is way older and much louder. So when you can't estimate how long something will take, the emotional brain treats it like it could literally go on forever. The same brain areas that handle time also handle motivation, so unclear time commitments actually trigger your threat detection system. Ever notice how you'll avoid a task that might take forever but happily do something you know takes 15 minutes? That's this system in action. I started putting timers on everything, and it's honestly been a game changer. Not just work stuff, everything. I'm cleaning the kitchen for exactly 20 minutes. I'm answering emails for 30 minutes, then I'm done. It gives your emotional brain an endpoint it can understand. The fourth reason? Your attention is being pulled in too many directions. Our phones and social media aren't just distracting, they're specifically designed to grab and keep our attention. Every notification, every new post, every little ping releases dopamine in your brain's reward center. But here's the thing. Your brain gets more excited about what might happen than what actually happens. So you keep checking your phone, hoping for something interesting, even when most of the time there's nothing there. Your brain's reward system has been trained to expect constant hits of novelty and social connection. Now you're asking it to get excited about writing a report instead. You're fighting against systems designed to capture attention. The solution isn't trying harder. It's changing your environment. Put the phone in another room. Block distracting websites during work time. Make focusing the easier option, not the harder one. Fifth reason, you're choosing distraction over discomfort. Most tasks we avoid aren't actually difficult. They're uncomfortable. There's a difference. Writing that email isn't hard, but the potential awkwardness makes you anxious. Organizing your closet isn't complicated, but facing the mess feels overwhelming. Here's why this happens. Your brain can't tell the difference between physical danger and emotional discomfort. The same alarm system that would fire if you saw a bear also fires when you think about that difficult conversation with your boss. So you get the same urge to run away. The solution? When I catch myself reaching for distractions, I pause and ask myself, what am I trying not to feel right now? Usually it's fear of judgment, worry about not being good enough, or just uncertainty about how something will go. Once I name the feeling, it loses some of its power over me. So next time you find yourself delaying tasks, check for these 5 reasons. Most of the time your brain is telling you exactly what it needs. You just have to listen to it, instead of fighting with it.